If you plan to move to Kigali, there's some things you're just going to have to get used to. Some of them are good things to get used to. Some of them are more challenging things to get used to, and maybe a little bit more unusual than what you're accustomed to in life wherever you live right now, especially if you live in the West, in the UK or Europe or the US. So I told my husband, come up with 5 things that you think people need to get used to if they're going to move to Rwanda. And this kind of goes under one of my other videos, the stuff I wish they told me. There's certain things you just don't know until you live somewhere for a while. And there are certain things also that are not on. These are my things, honey. He reaching for my list, y'all. He reaching for my list. I want to know what you say. Because I wanted to see if we were going to come up with some of the same things. But I was going to say there's some things that you don't see videos on YouTube where people are discussing certain things, because there's a lot of stuff we didn't know until we got here and we poured over the YouTube videos. So what's something that you think people need to know? They're going to just have to get used to it when they get here.
So one of the things I shared in a previous video, and that is the traffic. You are going to have to get used to the traffic when you come here. It is unavoidable. You cannot get around it. It is going to frustrate you. It is going to drive you crazy, especially if you are from the States. If you're from anywhere outside of Africa, let me put it like that. Especially if you're from the States, it's going to drive you crazy because you are used to, uh, you're used to a set of rules, when you're driving, and you are used to other people
Rules.
abiding by those rules.
And to think you used to be annoyed by the rules.
But when you come here, there are no rules when it comes to driving. So I would say that is, one thing you have to get used to when you come here.
So I'll kind of say in that, and I'll do a good one. One thing just get used to is not having to pump your own gas. You can stay in the car, pull up to the station, and you do not have to get out. You can sit, let the clerk know how much you want, diesel or regular petrol, and they'll pump it for you. And every station charges the exact same thing. I'm going to keep mine short and sweet. What's your next thing? What to get used to?
The next thing you need to get used to is you need to get used to the fact that things run at a slower pace here in Rwanda.
Oh, it's killing me.
Things run at a slower pace. So I'm going to go back to my first comment about the traffic, about the driving, and when I say slower pace, so you can be so the
20-minute video.
I did say 20-minute video, and we're gonna, as long as you don't have a whole lot of bunch of extra stuff, but you can, the speed limit will be 60 kilometers. Pretty much everywhere you go is pretty much 40 or 60 kilometers. Usually it's 60. But you will find people doing 20 kilometers, just chilling. I mean, just 20, 30 kilometers, and they're not in a rush. And I'm not talking about a person here or there. I'm talking about a lot of people. You will find they're just, I'll get there. I mean, I know it's only 2 miles away, and I mean, if you drive the speed limit, it's only, probably 5 minutes away. But if I get there in 2 hours, hey, no big deal.
So a lot of times I notice people will pull out of a parking lot or out of a driveway, and they don't move quickly when they pull out. They pull out, they take their time really slow, they pull out, and they'll continue moving on slow. Or they'll hurry to get out, but they'll, go slow once they get out in front of you. So I notice that they don't seem to be in a hurry a lot of times, but sometimes they do. Like there are times when we're in the car and it's like, really, you can't wait. You're so impatient that you cannot wait and just get in line behind somebody else or merge when it makes sense, when we're alternating. No, you're going to pull up beside me and try to make a left turn with me. Like sometimes they are very impatient.
In front of me, not with me, but in front of me.
Yeah. No, they'll pull up beside. Like you, there should only be one lane turning left, one going straight,
Right.
one
They
turning
pull up
right,
beside you so
and
they
they'll try
can
to.
cut you
Oh,
off
okay,
so they
yeah,
can
yeah,
get in
yeah.
front of you.
Yeah. Or they'll ride on the line. Traffic is coming either going both ways or this way. They'll ride on the line to get on up and move and get in front of me. So in those cases, they are in a hurry and very impatient. And a lot of times, sometimes it seems like they drive inconsiderately. Get used to that if you're moving to Rwanda. My other thing is, oh my goodness, I thought we were going to get rid of this when we moved into a brand new house that no one ever lived in before, but we did not get away from it. Sometimes there is a smell from the toilets and from the sink, from the pipes, from the sewage system, from the sewage line or whatever. Sometimes it smells kind of sweetish, different, not a nice, pleasant sweet, but there's an odor. And I've asked about it, I've talked to other people about it. I know someone who said they had to tell that they had to come out of their lease and move. And I believe this was in a situation where the house was brand new or the condo or apartment was brand new as well. But the fumes were so bad, the smell was so intense, so regularly. And they found out that it was toxic. So they had to break their lease and move. So there may be some instances where it's not as bad as others. It may not happen as frequently as others. Because we've gone to a couple of people's homes regularly and I never smell anything there. So I don't know if I don't know what it is that causes the homes that we have lived in to have a smell every once in a while. Sometimes we can really get it under control and don't smell it for days. And then there are other times when you do. And like I was just in the bathroom now, just over the sink, and I could smell it coming out of the sink. So we've learned you can use baking soda and vinegar, and then you put both those things in pour it down the sink, and then rinse it with hot water or what have you, and then that takes care of the smell of whatever is backed up. But like I said, this is a brand spanking new house, and I started smelling it fairly early.
I think it may be also because of the area. Like if it's a newer area, probably, let's say newer area, meaning, um, like say if we go over a friend's house, they're in older houses in, older neighborhoods. So, I mean, everything is kind of, the sewer and everything. I mean, but
Established and the
established,
kinks have
right.
been worked out or something.
Kinks have been worked out, whatever. But when we come to some areas like where we lived before and where we are now, it's
Still developing.
it's still developing, and so that could be a situation that we're dealing with as well.
If anybody knows anything about that, who lives in or knows people who live in Rwanda, and they have talked about the fumes or smells coming from the sink or the toilet, and you know how to manage that and get it under control so you never ever smell it again, or there's something that you do once a month to keep it under control, that would be wonderful to know. But it might be something that you need to otherwise, I don't know, get used to it. Just open the windows in the bathroom. I have essential oils and, like I said, the vinegar and the baking soda and the hot water rinse. And then I keep some reed diffusers in the bathroom to keep it down. And the door is closed, because at one point in the other house, I felt like I was getting headaches because of it. So,
So next thing is you're going to have to get used to driving to different stores to get your groceries. I mean, you'll find supermarkets, these, small supermarkets everywhere. The problem is so there are some things that basically all of them have, some staples that all of them have. But depending on what specifically you're looking for instance, let's say we're looking for soy milk. All of them won't have soy milk. And so you have to drive to certain ones. And then, for instance, the one that, is near one of them that's near here, it has soy milk, but it's a small
$5.
container, and it was $4.50. Now it's $5.20. And so,
milk.
no, this is soy
Soy
milk.
milk. Oh, yes.
So now we have to, drive, a little bit further out to go get our soy milk. That's a little bit cheaper. And so you just have to think about, okay, your typical grocery trip, when you go on Sunday or whatever to go get your groceries, you're probably going to have to go to several different places to get your groceries and not go to one big grocery store.
that you're accustomed to. That was one that I was thinking too. There is no real one-stop shopping where you get everything in one place like you would at a Super Target or a Walmart or even a Costco's or BJ's or something like that. There, you probably will have to go multiple days to make it make sense, in the area that you're going to, or multiple stops. Unless all you're going to do is get produce or vegetables and you go to the market, you get
Yeah.
that, and then you come home. That's a one-stop kind of thing. But if you're getting several different kinds of groceries, the processed foods and packaged things like cereals and what have you. And then and like he said, as far as price efficiency is concerned, you might have to go to several different places because this one place has it for this price, whereas the other has it for a lot more. So that would, get used to no longer having the one-stop shop. And back to the rushedness or the lack thereof. There is no hurry when it comes to providing your services for you. In some cases, there are some where people handle things quickly and efficiently, and others, like sometimes going to the bank, can take a long time, and the clerk doesn't seem to be have any sense of urgency, not moving quickly. There is no such thing as fast food here. There are no fast food restaurants. There's one KFC. We've never been because we don't eat chicken. And so we really don't need to go. And I don't know how quick their food is, but there are some spots that will say fast food. Now, there are some already prepared foods in some of the little supermarkets where you go in, they'll have chapatis, samosas, meat patties, sandwiches, pizza, breads and things like that they can heat up for you. But as far as restaurants are concerned, no hurry. It's going to take a long time for you to get your food. For the most part, it takes a good little while. Our average is about 45 minutes.
It depends. I mean, depending on where you're going, you're looking at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes
after ordering your food.
After ordering, because like when we go to the hut, we've been to the hut sometimes, and we've gotten it a little bit faster. So,
but and so just to bring it, the whole thing I'm saying is the things are not done very quickly. Like I went to get something notarized, and but let the young lady know what I needed, and it's just moved fairly relaxed, very, very relaxed, and not in a hurry, just taking time with so many different types of businesses that we have done, and interactions that we've had. Just really laid back, like you said, and slow. That they're not moving quickly. It's not a hurry up and get you done so they can get on to the next person. That really is not the case here. Time is flexible too. A lot of things don't really start on time. Things start when everybody gets there.
Yeah, that's the next thing. You have to be flexible with your time. So somebody may say that they are going to be somewhere at 11, and they may get there at 11:30 or 12 o'clock. So you have to be flexible with that. And in order to make sure that people are on time and they understand that you are someone who's very time conscious, you have to let them know, I'm going to be there at such and such time. And if you're not there, I'm gone. And so we've had to do that on several occasions, especially when we were looking for a house. We had to let people know, listen, we're meeting at such and such time. I'm going to be there on time. And my time is important. So if you're not going to be able to be there at that time, then we'll have to get someone else. So you have to understand that time is flexible here. Yes.
Elastic is one of our friends said, for sure. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it's elastic.
Another thing to get used to, and this is kind of nice, and some people it bothers, some people appreciate it. When you go into a supermarket, especially the much smaller ones, an associate or a clerk may come right up behind you and walk with you, follow you around, may pick up a basket and give it to you or take it from you. I've had mine taken from me and hold it, ask me, what are you looking for? What can I help you with? Sometimes it feels like they're watching you so that you don't take anything. Sometimes it's very clear, that they're helping. I've heard it explained that for the most part, they're wanting to help you find what you're looking for and assist, because many times they'll stay with you the entire time, get what you need as you ask for it, or you get what you need and you put it in the basket. They'll hold it for you while you're shopping, and then take it up to the front, put everything on the conveyor belt, and sometimes pack it up and take it out to the car for you. But don't be surprised if you walk in the supermarket, especially like I said, the smaller little markets, that someone might come right up there with you and walk around with you the whole entire time. Because you know, coming from the African American experience, where we're used to being watched in, you break, you buy, or what are you doing, or what are you getting, or used to being watched for other reasons, like you're being
Like you're
suspected
gonna.
of getting something,
Mhm.
or taking something without paying for it. That is our post traumatic stress. So when you come over here, just kind of
Keep that in mind.
Husa, and yeah, remember that they're probably not watching you because they suspect you, or they're profiling you. They're there to
That's just the
help you.
culture. They're just there to help you. I mean, yeah,
They
that's
want
just
to
the culture.
assist you as you do your shopping, and carry your stuff to the car for you and everything like that. So that's really nice. You have another one, honey?
So, kind of going back to what you were just saying, that this will be two in one. One is, yes, you have to understand that they will carry your stuff to your car. Um, Oftentimes, especially like even women, and so you have to, as a male, I'm used to carrying my own things, and so you have depending on what it is. So, like if you go get produce, most of the time, especially depending on where you go, some of the markets, they will carry it for you um, to your car. It can be a male or a female. The females, they will try to carry this
Big
big
old
old bag or whatever,
full of
and
pineapples and
pineapples and
mangoes
stuff, and
and
they'll carry it to your car. So be prepared for that. Kind of tag teaming with that.
tag team.
Is like if you go to a place like Kimi Rocco Market, they want to carry it for you, but they want to carry it for you for a fee. So when you go into Kimi Rocco Market, and you're going to buy whatever, of course they're going to have different individuals. I need a job. They'll have these yellow um,
This.
vests on, and they basically want to tell you where everything is. They want to follow you around. They want to get you a bag. They want to carry your stuff.
Help
Help
negotiate
you
for
negotiate or
you.
whatever, and then they carry it to your car for
A small
you know,
thing. They don't, and
yeah,
they don't usually ask you how, for whatever it is. They just expect you to give them something.
yes.
So being kind about that. Um, get used to being told yes. I can do that. Yep, I can make that. I can make that cake vegan for you till you find out that tastes like egg or something. Yeah, I can make that piece of furniture just like the picture. Those handles. Yep, I'm gonna cut it just like that. Yep, that fabric, that design. Yeah, I can do that. Uh-huh. When can you have it done? 2 weeks?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, 3 days. Oh, 3 days. We hear that a lot. 3 days, 3 days. No, we'll give you time. We're not in a hurry. We want it done well. We want it done right. We'll come. Okay, so you negotiate. I'm gonna give you a portion now, portion when I check on it,
We got
the rest
16
when we pick
seconds.
it up or whatever, something like that. You're gonna talk as long as you want to be. So anyway, a lot of times you will be told, yes, I can. Yes, we can do that. Yes, you can have that. Yes, we can provide that. Yes, we can make it. And it's not what you expected. It's not delivered when you were originally told you were gonna get it delivered. This is just sometimes in our experience. There have been times when we've gotten exactly what we wanted in the time it was, suggested. But in general, and we've been told this by several people, Rwandans want, number one, everybody needs to make a living. So they need the money. They're going to tell you that that they can do that thing or provide that service, and it may not be exactly to your specifications or your expectations, although that's what you may be told. So be very clear about what you're going to do if you don't end up getting what you have asked for or what they have promised. Texting is good because you have it in writing. Especially if you want something to look a certain way, the pictures, I asked for this, you said this amount, you know. But you will be told yes on sometimes when you can't even get it. Hold on, one more thing. I want to end on a good note. Oh, well, another, get used to possibly having water pressure issues where it diminishes unless you get a water pump, and even then, you might want it off so it doesn't pull a lot of electricity. Intermittent power outages every once in a while, some places more so than others. Some people don't have them regularly at all. Some people do. You get used to it. You're in, you might have to have that. And then nice weather, and always having somewhere to be able to walk and get some fresh air and get a little exercise in on a hike, because the hills are great. It's consistent. The nice weather is consistent. Get used to not having to deal with four seasons and harsh cold weather anymore.
Yes, and for all y'all in California right now who are Southern
Snow,
California
our
getting
friends
snow,
in Loma Linda.
there is no snow. Hey, African Queen.
Hey, hey, hey.
There is no snow here.
That's family.
I don't even know if they know what snow looks like, but I can tell you right now, it feels good here.
Yeah, it was a little cool.
It feels, it was a little cool.
Yeah,
It was a little
but
cool.
it was still nice.
But it's
It's
nice.
64, 65, 66 degrees.
Thank you. You know,
Thank you. She said
she was
sis. And
No,
love the shirt, my
love the
brother.
shirt, my
Okay,
brother,
you get a
yeah.
little love too.
Yeah. Yes.
We're just sharing some stuff. Look, if you come in here, I know you're still trying to decide if you're going to move to Rwanda or Tanzania or wherever you want to go. African Queen Giselle.
She's coming to Rwanda. She's coming to Rwanda.
We're just saying some of the stuff you're going to just have to get used to. Just let it ride. Let it ride.
Yes,
This is the life here. We just, we got to be upfront and tell everybody, because there's certain things we did not know. We didn't see them on the videos. So we want to put our video out there so people can be informed. Yes. And on that note,
we appreciate you guys checking us out today, reclaiming our identity.
Yeah, like it,
share,
subscribe
all
if
that
you
other
haven't.
stuff. Yeah.
See you next time.
Yes, we'll see you in the next video.